Okay, so John and Mary, you were very interested to learn about how to get the best possible exchange with Interval International, because I know that you do that every single year. Well, Interval International, they look at three things basically when it comes to exchange, okay? The first thing that they look at is what you own, okay? So pretty much the size of accommodation, a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom or a 3-bedroom. But the second thing that they also look at is the quality of the resort, where the resort is, how demanding it is, so on and so forth. And they actually have what they call the Power 4 resorts. These 4 resorts, Interval International would love to get their hands on. These are the resorts that are the most difficult to get into, okay? The ones where the owners of those resorts pretty much go there every single year. They very rarely exchange with Interval International, so it's very, very difficult to get an exchange into there. Now, the 4 resorts are Newport Coast Villas, which is in California, and then you've got Maui Beach Club, which is in Hawaii, Marbella Beach Resort on the Costa del Sol, but number 1 is Paris. Paris, because of the location, the quality of the resort, where it is, the owners that buy in Paris, they very rarely exchange. So there are the Power 4 resorts, and if you own one of those resorts, you have a very, very good exchange power if you did decide to exchange into Interval International. The third thing that they look at is what they call the TDI scale, the Trade Demand Index, and it looks like this. In your Interval International booklet, in your brochure, every single resort in Interval International will have one of these. And basically, it's a graph that goes from week 1 down to week 52. Very, very easy to work out. It's based for the member to work when is the greatest availability, when it's easy to get into, and when the resort has the greatest demand. These blue squares here are basically showing the greatest availability and demand for 2018, 2019. As you can see, as you start to get up to week number 22, all the way through to week 31, that's the greatest demand. That's when it's going to get almost impossible for anybody that doesn't own a Paris week, a gold week or a platinum week to actually get into this resort, okay? Interval International, by themselves, they also have their own scale, okay? And the scale runs from 0 at the bottom here for the greatest availability all the way across to the greatest demand. And it runs from 0 to 150, okay? 150 being the biggest demand. If your resort or the week that you own is in 150, as an example, and you wanted to trade your week through Interval International, you can pretty much go anywhere that you want to, at any time, in any size of accommodation. Interval International would absolutely love for you to give those weeks to them, okay? Now, you're probably aware there's 2 things that you can look at when it comes to making an exchange with Interval, okay? You can, number 1, you can deposit. And number 2, you can request. And request really means that if you put your week in, or if Interval come up with the exact week, the exact location that you want, then you can decide to put your week into Interval International and you can make the exchange. But there's a better way of doing it to get that 150 exchange power to enable you to go anywhere that you want and almost guarantee yourself having the best exchange possible, okay, is booking your week first. You book your week first through Interval International, okay? Very simple. You book your week first through Marriott Vacation Club. You book your week and then you deposit your week into Interval International. But the weeks that you deposit as a gold member will be from weeks that you book between 22 or 21 down to 26, because they are gold weeks, okay? As you can see here in your Marriott Vacation Club Silver, Gold and Platinum, okay? The weeks 22 down to 26 are still gold weeks, but as you can see on here, they still carry a TDI of 150, okay? So by doing that, by booking it first and then depositing to Interval International, will get you a TDI of 150. That pretty much means that you can go anytime, any place. They'll give you basically what you want to.